So we're out here with our GT5 radio, a bit more difficult to control with one hand, but weather's alright. It's snowing, it's not too cold, there is some snow left, but good thing again with a pistol grip controller is you can do this all one-handed, which is pretty handy for when you're trailing. So this is the full speed on the full charge on the Kyosho Blizzard. Not very fast. And also, when you're at full speed, you basically cannot turn because, well, the speeds of the tracks, well, the difference in speed of the track is how you turn. So if you want to turn, you're going to have to slow down. But yeah, this is full speed on snow, which is respectable, but nothing really to write home about. This is on a nickel metal hydride, so if you swap to LiPo, it will be a little better, more runtime, a bit better acceleration, and also just more power in general. So I do realize there are ESCs that are built for this vehicle, for example the Sabertooth ESC that allows for mixing, and just a better quality ESC. It could actually be a very valid upgrade for this particular vehicle, but for me, I'm not really sure if I'm going to stick with the brush system. So with a VTEL mixer, you can change out, you know, any ESC and any motor combination you'd like. So for me, I still think this is the way to go. And plus, if you just want to upgrade your radio and keep the stock electronics, which is totally valid, this is, again, perhaps a better way to go than being locked into Sabertooth, which is brushed only. But again, it's a good ESC, and definitely it's something to check out too if you're planning to just run brushed. So here it is at the end of the first run, and you know what? I'm very impressed. The nickel metal hydride held up a lot better than I thought it would. For the first 5-10 minutes, it had some pretty good speed and power, but obviously after that, the voltage started to drop, and it was kind of just putting along. It was still drivable and incredibly fun, and I've actually driven it for half an hour continuously, and it still has a bit of juice in it. I just came back in because it was a bit too cold out. Definitely, it'll be nice if the motors had a bit more torque. I think wheel speed when the battery is full charge is actually very sufficient, and honestly, I think anything quicker might cause some problems for that very poorly designed transmission, I'd say. But other than that, very impressed. I will say that the slack on the tracks feel a bit much when you're inside, but as soon as you get out there, those tracks tighten up from the cold pretty quickly. And also, I will say that I did have a little bit of problem with snow and ice packing on one of the road reels, especially the one at the back. Super impressive and super fun. Definitely enjoyed myself out there. And yeah, if you're in a snow climate, definitely this is the RC to get. That's about it for me. More videos to come. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more. So I did actually miss this, but I did have my first breakage so far. This is on the blade. And yeah, probably was going down a berm and just hit it too hard. It was cold, so the plastic's pretty brittle. And to be honest, this plastic has a pretty high fiber versus nylon content, so it's a pretty hard plastic on its own anyway, so not too surprised that it broke, but again, probably going to replace this with an aluminium part then. Another thing I've noticed that is my chain has actually started to rust. Obviously right now is no big deal, this is pretty surface level stuff, but I think for future reference I'll probably have my chains dipped in maybe some WD-40 post run, but yeah. The road wheels are also spinning very free, which is great actually. These are just on plastic bushings. Originally I was planning to upgrade to bearings straight away, but if they're spinning this freely, you know, bushings are actually better since, you know, it'll be touching water and salt all the time, so bushings are just easy to maintain, and since I'm not really getting any sort of drivetrain resistant penalty here, I'm just going to go ahead and run with my bushings.